Salam Lige. Hello. Muin Lumem, Jeremy Bradley, Damui Tendam, COPIUS Mari Hilme Kursish Pagalen Jam. My name is Jeremy Bradley, and I welcome you to the COPIUS Mari course. The COPIUS Mari course is the latest iteration of a Mari teaching program which has its roots in the 1990s. In 1990 and 1991, these two nice little books, Finno-Ugristik, were published in your Skola. They were compiled by the two Mari language teachers, Emma Yakimova and Galina Krylova. Critically, Emma Yakimova and Galina Krylova are not just Mari language teachers in the sense that they are native speakers of the Mari language who teach their language, but they are also experienced teachers of foreign languages, Emma being a teacher of German and Galina being a teacher of French. This means that they know what people learning a foreign language need to know and need to learn to understand when learning a foreign language. This is not trivial in the teaching of minority languages. After these books were published in 1990 and 1991, they were soon picked up by Timothy Riese at the University of Vienna, my current employer and alma mater, and he started teaching Mari courses in Vienna on the basis of these textbooks. Eventually, he would start translating some of the materials into German, to make them more accessible for his students who oftentimes did not know Russian. And eventually I became one of these students, and eventually we decided to process these materials more properly, to rework them in English in a format where we can publish them online and where we can invest even more effort into bringing them up to date and making sure that all the grammar is explained adequately based on decades of experience in teaching Mari and knowing which answers in the textbook, which questions are not properly answered. And the result of this has been the textbook Ongai Mari Hilme, a comprehensive introduction to the Mari language, edited by Timothy Riese and me in collaboration with the original authors of Finno-Ugristik. And we published the first version of this textbook in 2010, and since then we have been continuously updating it. The COPIUS Mari course is an attempt to make this material even more tangible and interactively approachable to an international audience. This book was written specifically with an autodidactic learner in mind, somebody who is learning the Mari language but does not have access to native speaker teachers. So what we have done in the COPIUS Mari course is that I taught an English language Mari course with an international audience. And I am still teaching this course. And with the consent of all the participants, we have been recording all the sessions and we are putting them online for all of you to watch. So you can, while you are working through this textbook, watch video sessions of me going through the textbook, explaining things to the students, and then critically also going through the exercises with the students. So on average, every chapter has then recordings in the length of somewhere between 90 and 180 minutes, which of course then adds up because this textbook has 40 chapters in the end. And of course, that's probably going to be a bit much to watch the whole thing. So for every lesson, I have also recorded a short little introduction where I just briefly go through the most important points, summarizing what this chapter is going to include. And this brief introduction is cross-referenced with the longer versions of the videos. So I go through the important grammatical points, etc., that are covered in the chapter. And in the description below the video, you get links then to the correct timestamp in the long form video where we discuss this in class. That is to say, you can pick and choose which parts of this vast corpus of recordings you actually want to watch and work through while studying Mari. So our proposed approach is still that you autodidactically work yourself through this material. It was composed with an autodidactic learner in mind, so we hope that it suits your needs, but you can use these video recordings as supplementary materials. You can have a look at, if you're having a hard time with some point of the Mari grammar, you can have a look at the relevant section. In addition to this collection of just the chapter recordings, We also have a few introductory videos that introduce some important aspects that you need that you should get acquainted with as you start studying Mari. That is, we introduce the writing system used in the Mari language. We introduce our website, www.mari-language.com, and all the materials found upon it. We introduce the corpus of literary Mari in these recordings. Yeah, and these are short recordings that it makes sense to have a look at before you start studying the chapters proper. In addition to this, we have compiled a thematic index in connection with our course, where we just have all the different grammatical points that are covered in our course, cross-referenced to the textbook section and the video section. So for example, if you are interested in, let's say, evidentiality in the Mari language, you can just find evidentiality in the thematic glossary, and you will have links there to the sections of the textbook where we discuss this topic and to the video course. Or if you are interested in some kind of more morphosyntactic category like the elusive lative in Mari and want to know how exactly you distinguish this, the lative case from the illative case or something like that, yeah, you can use the thematic glossary to find the appropriate point in our textbook and in our video. With that all being said, Pashada Ushnisho, the Konada Kushtrugolije, may your work flourish and may your travels be light. See you in the course.